John the Baptist is preaching in the wilderness, and he's dressed in camel's hair, and he's eating wild locusts and honey. He's reminiscent of a prophet who existed several hundred years before him, the prophet Elijah, and the people probably know this. People probably recognize this. And John is preaching this message of repentance and this message of forgiveness, this message that the Messiah is about to arrive on scene. And people from the city and people from the country, they're coming to hear this message and coming to believe. And as they go to John, as they come near to John in the wilderness, they go down into the Jordan River with him, a river that they once crossed to enter the promised land, that the people of God crossed to enter the promised land. And when they go into the water, they're baptized by John, accepting this message. Now, as John is waist deep in the water, as he's waist deep in ministry, Jesus shows up on scene and says, "John, baptize me." And John, instantly hesitant, he says, "I'm not even worthy to untie your shoes, let alone baptize you." But there's something happening in this particular moment. It's not about Jesus being baptized. It's about Jesus extending an invitation to John to partner with him in ministry, a man who considers himself unworthy, but a man that God sees as, "No, partner with me, be a part of this thing." So Jesus goes into the water and he's baptized. And as he comes up out of the water, the fullness of God is on display. The God 3 in 1, the Father, the Son, and the Spirit, they are all there. God has arrived on scene, fully present. And that's significant because as Jesus is in the water and everyone else is around him or in the water as well, Jesus is offering an invitation, come and see, come and be a part of this. Now, when Jesus comes out of the water and when he's baptized and he begins to go on his way, the Spirit leads him into the wilderness for 40 days where he's tempted by the accuser. And at the end of this, when he emerges from the wilderness, his story is still the same. Jesus' story is still the same. It's one of invitation. This is the beginning of the good news. Jesus is walking along the beach and he sees some fishermen out on the water. And he says, "Hey, drop your nets, leave your boat, and come follow me." And this is significant because these men, these people, they wouldn't have been significant in any form or fashion in that lifetime. They were just trying to make ends meet. They were just trying to make a living. But Jesus says, "Hey, drop this life and I'll give you a new life." Now, I don't know your story. I don't know where you've messed up in life. I don't know how you think about yourself. And I don't know if you even think that you matter to anyone or not. I don't know what it is that defines who you are. But if you feel insignificant, if you feel like you're a mess up, if you feel like there's more out there and you want to be a part of something bigger than yourself, that's not defined by your gifts or your skills or even by your mistakes or your experiences in life, that's the beginning of good news. Because Jesus says, "Hey, come follow me. Trade in your old way of life that leads to death for my new way of life that will lead to restoration and new creation."